Metaphysical Mama, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you coming to hang out. Welcome if it's your first time visiting, and welcome back. If you're coming to hang out again, we're just gonna pull a few cards, or maybe just one. We'll see what Spirit says. Maybe one and done. So far, we've got, this is the David Bowie Starman Tarot, the Sun. So we got the Sun and Two of Swords. That kind of wanted to come out as well. So we're aware, it's like, yeah, lots of decision making or feeling like you got to make a decision. So just to quick introduce myself, I, channel, we're all a channel, just how we're passing information through, right? Technology works the same way. So I just allow what comes through to, do so. So I was asked to kindly take what resonates and please leave the rest. So happy Monday. Today's what? November 15th, 2021, according to the Julian Gregorian calendar. And what do we have? What is today? 15. Let me just add it up. So it's a 13. I didn't even do that today. It's a 13 day, which we could also simplify to a 4 for foundation. So, right, hidden number, lots of, right, the word occult just means hidden. Apocalypse means revealing of truth. Right, lots of words we allow to get a rise out of us and create and invent lots of things in our head, and then we don't know what to do, and we feel like our head's gonna split in two. Listen, remember to breathe, because the energy coming in is, we're getting zapped. Anybody feeling it? So a lot of electronics may be kind of acting wacky, vehicles and stuff. It's like, I'm just aware from what people are already sharing with me. So, and from what I've already, my phone kind of went a few weeks ago. So it's like when stuff happens, it's like, oh, Spirit's going, it's like, tink, tink, tink. So how does Spirit speak to you? But through, right, God is, right, everything, really, right, it is. So it's just how we interpret and, right, play with the different vibrations and allow them to, right, run our programming, our mind. Two of Swords has a lot to do with the mind. So allowing, and the Sun. So this is, right, yeah, masculine, yeah, divine masculine, or just masculine energy, which is thinking, intellect, logic, etc. So yeah, let's totally, yeah. And then at the bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, worried about, right, yeah, material and the physical, and yeah, lots of fear, but we're in the process of big change. So that's understandable for all of us. It's just, that's also part of, like what's at the bottom though, the Four of Wands. It's like, so just keep going, because right, it's like, this King of Pentacles is a lot different to me, right, than many of the other decks. I mean, he's still like, he's hiding and he's anchoring, but for this now moment, and hold on. It's like we got the Trojan horse, has to do with, right, the word, and many other stuff. So, I don't know. And then see, there's like, right, the green portal, right, anchoring, energy, news, information. Just being a hog. I got big downloads too this morning about like, under there, Ace of Swords, nice. So yeah, see, we're ridding all of what no longer serves us, And that can make us right cranky, and everybody's like, but I want to go on a trip, and I want to. So it's gonna it right. Everybody, most. I mean, I'm sorry about my wording. I'm trying to be better at the wording I use. Not politically correct at all, and so But again, I can't apologize much for the words that come out because it's like spirit just coming through. So again, kind of take what resonates, leave the rest. Things that trigger, take a look at them because you don't want to end up right. This one's bitch. It's funny. Every time I do a video, I get a knock at the door or a phone call. Bear with me and please let me hold on one sec. I gotta take this. Hello? Hey. Mm. Oh, great. I knew it had something to do with the engine. That's why I was like, it felt like the rod knocking, but you put stuff in it, but yeah. All right, good. Good, 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 good. Okay, I'll see you in just a bit. Woo woo. Good news, see? Yay. Thanks, Jean. All right, Jean saved the day. I'll talk to you in just a bit. Okay? I'll talk to you soon. Okay. What? Oh. And then I dropped the phone. So great, good news. So that's something too. Okay, so right, feeling like, well, first of all, there's a lot of this is like great. The lots of right demanding energy. Like if you don't do this right, the emotion of or worried about what other people's emotion are going to be, again getting stuck in one's own head. If I don't, right, if I do or don't get, if I, like, example, I was talking to someone earlier today and it was Monday, they didn't really feel well. I think everybody's kind of feeling a little slow and right, we're going through really um well, fast portals and receiving, downloading, right, massive amounts of energy from the sun, right? So this is like speaking for itself. um and it comes right down into the crown, which is again why the corona, this is coming into, see, the crown, right? But of course, the people, the propaganda, the television propaganda box, or what have you, or just others, right? Or sometimes people, again, the emotional, it's like, if you da da da, or again, all the thoughts and the feelings that come with us, right? That is why, again, it's like we can get really messy and then feel really greedy. Again, people are, a lot of people, we all can be acting these behaviors, but some are really, looking for the metal in stardom. And pushing the envelope, right? But also, so a lot of this stuff, it's so much energy, it's very overwhelming. So it affects, again, our mind, our emotions. That's like, look at, and this also is like, there's a lot of things with this card that's saying something right now. It's sneaky shit. It's also like tugging on others' emotions in order to, right, like mess with somebody's mind, which is, again, that's a coming into the fall. That's a fallen one's coming into the daughters of men. Um, and yeah, Three of Swords. Oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, this is a big collective reading too. Again, going into shadow self, right? There's in some have we're getting it's like we're getting sucked into the black hole, the big vacuum, right? But that just means going into, again, is self. If you have to get into the center of self. Don't worry about so much what other people are thinking and feeling. The moment you let go and, like, okay, you recognize that you're getting caught up, entangled up in thoughts of fury and feelings fury, furious feelings and and thoughts. Right, because then we could start to feel guilty, but that's a good place to be because you want to go through those things, and it's like just ask for clarity. Don't get all stuck like, oh, then I'm not going to have all this stuff, and you're going to be willing to climb up this ladder, which, look, what you could find, that's not Jacob's, that's not the way you upgrade your own DNA, which is what you need to do right now, right? Getting a, or right, etc. It isn't gonna, again, it is what it is for all and what have you, but this is spiritual work and emotional work that needs to be done. And the mental, when we, right, let's say, right, kill ourselves, kill, right, it's killing part of, or like the different gods and consciousness and names that they develop throughout time, is like right now, right, we're birthing a new part of ourself. So we're killing the ego of our old self and coming into a much more balanced place, which is right, very supernatural and very, again, look at all these light codes. It's like we're getting constant cosmic downloads and codes, again, which is what represents the V, and etc., because it does affect, again, our mental state, our DNA, and it can feel very lonely and very scary and like I'm never going to be forgiven and what have you. But one has to go through and forgive oneself. Okay, that's so much. This is like real. It's like, right, and it's not as bad. It's like the more, right, the more we practice, the easier it gets. Remember to breathe and have a little faith, and you'll make it through. You really will. Don't doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Then you'll be like, well, this one's not at like 4 ones. There's a little more magic going on here. I mean, it's like we gotta get through all this bullshit. We can't make it what it's not. So this is also like, it's like, yeah. Well, also happy days are coming. But take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm kind of getting two different stories coming in here. Um, Yeah, and messing with ancient technology, messing with, right, spiritual technology is messing with what? Well, we're all spiritual beings, right? So, and we are technological beings, right? We operate similar to, right, a computer. We download information, we process it, right? Whether it's mental and emotional, right? Or if it's spiritual, or if we're eating food and we have to digest it, right? Everything takes time to process. And by allowing time, that's what creates space, right? And expansion. So remember to breathe in and out both ways. And yeah, and this is too going through also just a lot of like past life. Things are gonna probably come up past life. We say whether past life or just, again, messages from spirit, could come in music, could be seeing a few animals. It could be just, right, if you lose a job or your car breaks down or you lose something or you get rejected for something that you're really trying to get, right? Don't get too upset. I mean, you're going to feel upset. That's okay to feel upset, but the determination that we get so narrow-minded in, that's spirit like, hey, wait, you forgot, we have another job to do, or we have something better, way better over here, and way lighter and way more happy, right? So right, but aware too, right, like Emerald City shit. So this is like, again, I'm getting like a few different vibrations with this, and it was just 1444, and as I said that. So um that's what they're saying. Don't get too caught up in funkin' fantasy. the Green Isles or whatever, right? Because fantasy is great, but then it takes us away from the work we have to do. And the work we have to do doesn't really seem fun. But once we go through it and have better balance and awareness on like, and clear out our junk closet that we think is like impossible to clean out, it's like when your room gets real messy, it's like we think we can never clean it, or your house or your whatever, right? It's like where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to get through it all. And then we do. And it's like, oh my God, I feel so much better, right? Or we get in a funk. And it's like, I don't want to do, I just want to whatever. Sometimes we emotionally eat, we curl up in a ball, we just watch sad movies, some, right? Depends, right? But going through those things and being stronger and more balanced and clear and lighter in the end is much better than being at in this cesspool of, right, because there's well, this is again, right, positive and negative. This could be, right, where one needs to first, right, this might be a step, this is something that someone needs to do, but this is more like, again, yeah, a set, like a trap. So it's like it looks green, it looks good, but it's not real. And he's like right floating right above you, waiting to take your coin too and make you work. Keep working. On the fence, but not to offend. Cut, 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 cut. Take these chances. So yeah. And earlier, because collective, I would like to read this for us. I pulled this card this morning, 45, Rhodochrosite, and it is the Heart Reviver. So let's share that. Rhodochrosite teaches the heart to assimilate painful feelings without shutting down. See, so good. I didn't read it yet. See, Spirit had me wait for a reason. So it's like the feeling is like this, but you guys are not alone, never alone, and you have support. Okay? So let's see. Never feel alone, right? And when you do, close your eyes, breathe, and ask for clarity. Or sometimes we gotta dive deep in there, like, raw! You gotta find your raw energy, right? So this is all right. This is why we call it an inside job, or suicide, or they've sacrificed their son or their daughter or their or parent. Like this goes into, right, we're sacrificing the old, and it's not even because it's just going from like a teenager. It's like when you're a teenager to now, right? You don't act necessarily the same, but that still little teenager rambunctious kid is in there. Sometime you come out, right? So it's still there. It's just you get to see more, right? Ever see that Simpsons when he's like he knocks on her, calls the what's his name, Murph, the bartender. He always likes to call him and prank him, and he's like, "Who is it?" And he's like, "Seymour, Seymour who? Seymour Butts, right?" So that's how we get to see more butts. That's how we get to see more, right? No buts about it. Okay, so let me see. So, rhodochrosite teaches the heart to assimilate painful feelings without shutting down, dissolving denial and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns. It offers compassionate love and forgiveness. And forgive yourself, right? It's like, I forgive you, forgive yourself, right? You have to forgive yourself and then, right, forgive and then go through some things and then it's like, well, we may be upset about, we may feel hurt about a lot of things, and rightfully so. We may have a lot of thoughts and feelings that are very valid, but to go through them and acknowledge them and then let go is a much easier, gentler way than running around, than holding on to it and allowing it to take up toxic space, because that's poison. And then that's this feeling all the time. And then everybody's lost and not know what to do. And it's just it's not, it's like, right, it's simply difficult. Some of my friends don't know all about that saying. Simply difficult. All right, kiss. Keep it simple, silly. All right, so dissolving denial and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns. It offers compassionate love and forgiveness. You face the truth with loving awareness. Sweet you roll. All right, self understanding. Deep down, you feel alienated, unloved, or unappreciated. Hell yeah. Is that like, yeah, that's valid, right? I mean, really, 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 we all feel those ways. So, where we can relate to where we feel yucky and vulnerable, we don't have to like go through. So, it's just the feeling and it's like, okay, because all the other stuff is what's garbage. That's like the repeat echoes that just keep, right, metaversing in someone's head. I can't believe they just changed the name for Facebook to Metaverse. I'm like, no, they didn't just try to metaphysical, but that's all good. It's like Metatron, Metaverse, Metaphysical Mama. We're all one big happy family, I suppose, right? We are. I hope so. We're getting there. All right, let's see. So deep down, we feel alienated, unloved, and unappreciated. A history of sexual or emotional abuse creates dis-ease. Now, this is really important, and I keep talking about this a lot lately. A lot of us have real deep heart hurt feelings. It could be from past lives, sexual trauma from this lifetime, okay? Molestation. Just again, just being trespassed upon and not feeling like you can speak up for yourself. It's very um it's a very violating feeling, or a very right, it's entrapment, right, and it sometimes you can't always, right, explain how that is, but instead of victim victim victim, right, because that's not about that, it's about, yo, we all feel that way, but when people don't have the tools, when we don't have the tools, then we're not able to, right, heal ourselves. We just walk around in circles and think there's no way out, and then we're stuck in that. Okay, so let's finish this reading because we're almost done. Let's see. Deep down, we feel alienated, unloved, and unappreciated. A history of sexual or emotional abuse creates dis-ease. Or you may have misused or feared your sexual power in the past. You may be repressing something that you do not want to face. Irrational fears and paranoia and unacceptable emotions need to be acknowledged and transformed. And that's exactly what we're talking about with all these cards just going through. So good. So divination is time for a change of viewpoint, right? Quarter turn. And we're about to have full moon and eclipse on the 19th in Taurus. Full beaver moon, speaking, just to bring a little humor into this sexual conversation. And we pulled the wombat earlier today too, right? Like the womb. And if you guys know, like the Primus song, Winona had a big brown. That's a good song. And funny if you want to look that up and listen to it. So let's see. Time for a change of viewpoint. Begin to seek the gifts in your experiences rather than seeing the negative effects. Right? Because that's it. Just depends how we look. Like I was saying before with these kids, like, well, could be that way, but it could be that way. We're getting, let's say, right? Everything has its positive and negative. So take it how it resonates, right? And then you could change your mind in that next minute. And that's okay too. Just keep going through, right? Don't allow yourself to feel like this is standing behind you. Don't let this intimidate you, and this feeling like you won't have, right? And then so you, right, climb up this ladder and it's like, oh shit, that's the fucking, right, matrix. That's the fake. This is a big fan. This is like it's a trap. Right? Or whatever. It's not it ain't the real thing, baby. Okay, so time for a change of viewpoint. Begin to seek the gifts in your experiences rather than seeing the negative effects. Check out whether what you were taught in childhood is still relevant to the person you are today. As we were just saying too, right? Like, because it's not like that isn't, it's not, that's what we're killing. But it's not like, oh, you suck, we're killing you, dummy. It's just like, well, that's just not relevant anymore. So we let it go. So, but we can still look back and be like, oh, I remember that. Every once in a while it'll come up. But we just make room for more, right? Clarity and not feeling stuck like this. So we feel lighter, or right, that's what becoming a light being also, right, is, right? We're beings of light because we're star beings, right? We've traveled light years and pretty much got like either grow or got poured into a cup, however we were, right? It's been like layers and layers that we've had to, right, of life that we've all had to exist to gain to where we are now. So instead of like how old are you, right? Or what age are you? What age are we in? So it says, check out whether what you were taught in childhood is still relevant to the person today. Healing insight. Releasing resentment from your heart creates well-being. Frequency high, chakra, heart, solar plexus, base, and sacral. So we're clearing out all of those. If you like to, you can pause this and if you want to reread it yourself, because sometimes it's nice to see the words. You can kind of reflect and timing, summer, and soul path, radiating unconditional love and selfless compassion. And that's what we want to do, because everything is love. It's just the only thing that corrupts that is fear. And again, a lot of the pain we feel due to, because those are valid feelings going through abuse or going just through life is, right? It hurts. it's a lot of pain. So going through our shit, and dealing with all that pain inside, which is very, very, very difficult to do, right? Could feel into self. An alien came out. There's a reason everything was all about stars and star seeds and and if you check out earthsky.org, they got a good article about Hamal, and if you want to look into that farther, Aries the Ram, and how the precession of the equinox, that was it, equinox star, way back when. So, right, because we like rotate on a wobble. So we're coming out of the age of Pisces. We're in the age of Aquarius. I guess we're going into a new pole star. We're going to have a different pole, right? The magnetic North Pole will be different. So yeah. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and thanks for hanging out. And what else we got? Ace of Cups, but it came in reverse. So it's like, but this is right, my cup overfloweth. And either way, this card's beautiful. But until we get our emotional body and spiritual body in balance, right, that's in human 3D. So, right, to get to 5D, not fantasy, right, you got to do the work internally so you don't get stuck in that reincarnation. Or with that other one screaming behind you. That's like, paint the roses red. And look, there's like a bunch of bodies behind there. It's like that's like the human trafficking. It's like they're, I mean, that's what it's bringing to this anyhow. Now look at all that stuff. It's like a web of trying to make things right. That's, yeah, false. Not, yeah. Ain't the way to go. That's not going to bring happiness anyhow, right? We're not going to judge it. It's just ain't the way to go. And then too, when we start doing it, we can feel again alienated from ourselves. So That was a super good reading. And that's awesome. We're keeping it 30 minutes, which I'm sure you guys will appreciate too. And at the bottom of the deck, I got the Sacred Clown too. Which is good because it's like, right, have a sense of humor about yourself. It's okay to not know and enter new experiences. And then this is also like Pluto and Hades and again, and then Mars and Mercury. There's a whole bunch of different, right? And then the emotional body, spiritual body. So lots of things coming into balance. And it's coming, look, as I said, that coming into balance. It is like trying to sometimes balance, but this is like, yeah, but it's like, this is, yeah, coming into balance. And it's going to go quick now. We're in November rain. So this till coming into December, you guys have gotten the messages too. It's like, we're going to be flying high again. Quick, 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 quick. So remember to breathe, remember to rest, remember to forgive yourselves, and take it easy. And you get, God's not confusing, and neither is love. So when you're confused, again, just ask, is this true? All right? Or like I just said, it doesn't have to be like, oh, then it's a lie. It's just, is this relevant to me now? Is it true to me now? Meaning, is it resonating with you right now? Bum, 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 bum. And I'm I was like, all that other hidden stuff, yeah, like more babies, like in the Matrix, like, yeah, yeah. It's like, no, everybody got to work on himself before trying to make more of anything, right? So it's happening. Just keep swimming. And I so appreciate you coming to hang out. And please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you next time.